Hi dear friends. Every single creature on the planet loves its freedom. But, what will you do if you are dominated, tortured and humiliated by someone who does not even know you? You will fight for your freedom. Imagine, when you are asked to do something by your parents, teachers or your elders, you retaliate, while you know there must be something good in what they are asking you to do. Now, put yourself in the time when none of the Indians were treated as humans, even worse than the animals. How will you react? The same was the condition during the British rule. We can only imagine what the people of India went through under their rule. In today's chapter, we are going to learn about the India's first war of independence, the revolt of 1857. We will know the leaders, the people who gave their lives for our freedom. But, before I begin, you must promise yourself that you'll always respect your country, national leaders, army and each and every person from a sweeper to the President of India, but never let anything dominate your freedom, liberty, and above all you'll always keep the country first. Along with another thing in your mind, freedom comes at a very high cost. India got its freedom in 1947, but a great number of people gave their everything to achieve it. There is no other country in the world which struggled and fought so long for its freedom. To commemorate them, Lata Mangeshkar sang the world-famous song, "Ae Mere Watan Ke Logon." It is said that when this song was sung for the first time on the Republic Day in 1963, Jawaharlal Nehru, Prime Minister then, had started crying. Till date we have the same feeling when this song is played. In India of 1757, the East India Company was in a strong position. Compared to the Indian princes, they had superior weapons. Besides, Indian princes were short-sighted in their approach to the events of the time. Indian princes were fighting each other. They often sought the help of the company to defeat other princes. This worked in favor of the company. It could easily subdue these princes one after the other. However, the brave Tipu Sultan of Mysore fought the British. He died in the battlefield fighting the English. The general reaction to the British rule was not the same everywhere in India. There were some who thanked British for ushering in an era of peace. Others bemoaned that the country was subjected to foreign rule. The social fabric was in bad shape. Religious leaders preached absurd practices like untouchability and child marriage. In truth, Indians had lost their self-respect. The British scorned them. The farmers and the artisans were the worst hit. Heavy taxes ruined the farmers. The British cut the thumbs of expert artisans. The British used every method to make maximum profits. The imports from England became tax-free. Ram Mohan Roy understood what was wrong with the country. He tried to reform the society. He taught people that the main precepts of all religions were the same. He emphasized the practical use of knowledge. He went to England. There he reminded the British that rulers too had a duty towards their subjects. He started newspapers in India. The suspicious British stopped them in 1823. In 1818, a resolution was passed. Under it, an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. The British officers drew large salaries. Besides, they made fortunes in business. By 1829, Britain was exporting goods worth 7 crore rupees to India. Even the British Governor-General of India, Bentinck, reported to England. The bones of cotton weavers are bleaching the plains of India. Thus the British prospered on the ruins of Indian industry. In 1835, Lord Macaulay suggested that the medium of education in India should be English. The proposal was carried. The aim was to produce an army of clerks to assist the British. It happened, but it also produced a new generation of intellectuals. Some of them tried to educate the masses. Some decided to convey the grievances of the people to the British Parliament. By 1856, the British were ruling the whole of India. Now they cared little about Indians' needs. The dissatisfaction in the public began to grow. People wanted to get rid of the British. Under the new rules, Santals had become desperate. In 1855 they rose in rebellion and killed the Europeans and their servants alike. The discontent was brewing in the East India Company's army too. Sepoy Mangal Pandey attacked the adjutant of his regiment, and he was executed. The English did not care about Indian customs. Chapatis were sent from village to village. With them was the message that their native emperor would want their services. Similarly, a lotus flower was circulated among Indian soldiers. The masses also gave all help and support. The revolt started at Meerut. The Sepoys who had revolted marched to Delhi. They were shouting slogans in favor of Bahadur Shah Zafar. The rebellion spread wider. Many landlords had lost their lands. They helped the revolt. Many rulers like Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. The English had taken away their kingdom. Popular leaders like Maulvi Ahmadullah of Faizabad urged the common man to revolt. Azimullah Khan told Takia Tope to make Nana Sahib the leader of that war of independence. All over North India the people fought pitched battles against the British. 80-year-old Kumbhar Singh of Bihar received a bullet in his wrist. He just cut it off. Throwing it into the Ganga, he said that it was his last offering. You just saw only a glimpse of what they had done for us, and now, it is our duty to safeguard the ultimate goal, what they fought for. Our freedom came at the cost of more than what can any one of us could ever pay. We gained freedom in 1947, but ruthless, cunning British robbed us of what was our best weapon, cultural integrity. There is no other country as varied in its culture, as diverse in its flora, fauna and the culture. But The seed of hatred among the communities sown by the British still parts us. In the present scenario, the fascist feelings growing up in Indian people is going to lead us to the same place where we started. It is our foremost duty to put nation first. Nothing, no one above it.